today I'm talking about three 2023 French films, all starring this actor. And the names of those three films are Wingwomen, Passages, and The Animal Kingdom. First up is Wingwomen. This is a 2023 Netflix film co-starring and directed by this individual. I'm not going to try to pronounce her name. French is difficult. I really loved her film Breathe from like a decade prior, and I kind of figured with this being a Netflix film that like it's not going to match the quality of that, and it didn't, but it was still an enjoyable experience. The basic premise is very run-of-the-mill. These two mercenaries who want to get out of the game, but they just can't get out, and so they're doing just one more job, and then they'll retire, but maybe bad stuff happens. And like, the plot is very run-of-the-mill. You know what's gonna happen. Even though this is French, it still very much feels like just a classic Netflix movie. You know the vibe. But where this movie really shines is the chemistry between the three leads. They're so fun to bounce off of each other, and they're funny, and just like, they have great dynamics, and they're all beautiful, obviously. But it's just like, I don't know, you're excited to see where they go next, even though you know where they're gonna go next. You want to hear what they're gonna say. That's really fun and delightful. So yeah, even though it's a very run-of-the-mill plot, it's still an enjoyable experience because the three leads just work so well together. So yeah, if you want just like a nice, simple, classic Netflix revenge heist movie type of thing, this is that. It's just in French, so extra fun. Next up is Passages. This is a 2023 film, and the basic premise is there is this gay couple who are having some marital issues, and one of them maybe wants to explore his sexuality with this young, beautiful woman. And it's decent. It's definitely decent. It's definitely shot very well. The cinematography is really good. They did a good job of just like holding shots for a long time and letting moments just rest and have those moments of silence. The story is definitely interesting. It can be a little bit harder of a film to watch just because the main character is such a asshole. He's very self-centered and selfish, and he manipulates people, and you feel so bad for them because they just get wrapped up in his passion. But it's all, I mean, it's not entirely bullshit, but it is bullshit because he's just like, as soon as he's sick of you, he's just gonna cast you aside and move on to the next thing. And if he ever gets cast aside, then he'll run back to whoever and then hurt them again. And it's just like a cycle of pain all over and over and over again. It was definitely a good film. I don't really have any complaints besides the fact that like it's just, you know, a little hard to watch because of the main character, but that's kind of the point. So yeah, no, I enjoyed it and I would recommend it. It was a nice little film, nice little gay film. And lastly is The Animal Kingdom. This 2023 film, I didn't realize going into it, is a sci-fi film. But essentially there is this seemingly random disease where people are just transforming into these mutant beast things. They're all like based off of animals. And they regress intelligence and stuff too. So like, oh, you'll turn into a cool bird person, but you'll also like lose your ability to speak. I definitely found it interesting. The effects looked really good. Like all of the creature effects were really impressive and the designs were really good. I definitely found the story interesting and the characters intriguing. My big issue with the movie is that it's unclear what it's trying to say, like what sort of metaphor it's going for, because it kind of seems like maybe it's like a coming of age story, but not really. And it also kind of seems just like a demonizing the other sort of story, like maybe an allegory for like LGBTQ people, or like maybe an allegory for the AIDS epidemic, or maybe it's just a metaphor for like COVID. It's not clear. I almost wonder if it is more clear if you're French, like you can better understand like what it is they're going for. But I'm not entirely sure if they knew what they were going for. I kind of feel like that is like the heart of it. I did still definitely enjoy it. It was interesting. It looked good. But yeah, it's just kind of like the deeper meaning of what it's all about is just like big old mud pit. So yeah, would I recommend it? I'd say yeah. If you're intrigued, go for it. I do think this is one that's easy to skip over, but if any of that kind of piqued your interest, it's worth checking out. It's an interesting little film. Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we got Wingwomen sitting at number 70 in the Quite Like section, near the top of the Quite Like section. And then after that is Passages sitting at number 84, again in the Quite Like section. And then bringing up the rear, also in the Quite Like section, is The Animal Kingdom, sitting at number 90. This have a total of 153 old movies so far this year.